Hey everyone, welcome back. Do you want a strategy where you don't need kills, you don't need to join team fights, and yet you still end up winning most of your matches? Sounds impossible, right? Well, let me tell you, it's absolutely possible. And in today's video, I'm going to share a very chill, super easy strategy that you can use to rank up this season. Or, honestly, in any season. It's so broken that even if your KDA looks like this, you'll still end up winning games. So what's the strategy and how do we execute it? As you've already guessed from the title and thumbnail, we're going to be using Li Xin for this. But don't worry, we're not going with his domination form, which has a much higher skill ceiling. Instead, we're going to abuse his revenge form. Now I know what you're probably thinking, oh no, he's going to talk about that same tower pushing strategy we've all heard 1,000 times. And you're right, but only partly. I am going to talk about his tower pushing strategy, but with a twist. See, most Li Xin players these days pick teleportation to focus entirely on pushing towers. It's good, no doubt. But the problem is, you can't do much without minions. And now you might be thinking, how the hell do you push without minions? Have you lost your mind? Nope, I haven't, because I found a way to shred turrets even without minions. And that's the real surprise in today's strategy. So the surprise is that we're going to use Disrupt spell instead of the usual teleportation. Disrupt silences enemy structures for 2 to 4 seconds, and it can even be scaled twice throughout the game. This means you can walk straight up to a tower, pop Disrupt, and start tearing it down without waiting for your wave. Instead of just explaining everything right now, let me actually show you a Li Xin Revenge Form gameplay using Disrupt. I'll break down what I did, why I did it, and how you can copy it step by step. But before we move on, let me quickly share the 2 best builds for this strategy. First build. Use this when you're facing squishy enemies and your main focus is on destroying towers. Which, by the way, you must be addicted to. You need to fall in love with enemy towers. Don't cheat on towers with enemies. Focus. The second build, use this when you're against tankier enemies, since Doomsday will help you slice through their defenses while still keeping your tower pressure strong. And that's it for the setup. Now let's jump straight into the gameplay, and I'll walk you through my moves and decisions. Let's roll the intro. So in this match, I'm laning against Arthur. He is tanky and is definitely going to build tanky items. But I'm still going with the first build because my main focus here isn't kills, it's destroying turrets. If you don't know, Li Xin is weaker than most Clash laners before reaching level 4, so before you hit level 4, make sure to keep your distance from enemies. Use your skill 2 to safely last hit minions. You don't even need to hit every one of them. Most likely the enemy laner will clear the wave before the first minion even dies. Don't let him steal your lizard, it gives around 52 gold. Try to save your skill 2 and use it at the last moment to secure the lizard. In the early game, your skill 2 deals around 400 damage to creeps. Unfortunately, I tried, but I missed it by literally 1 freaking HP. I'm still not level 4 yet, so I won't step out of my turret. If Arthur tries to stall the minions, I'll probably take the creep if it's still there, rotate mid, or ask my jungler for help. By this time, he's usually close to reaching level 4. Also, the reason I picked this spriteling is because it multiplies itself and acts kinda like Milady's skills. It's extremely useful for this strategy since you can rely on these spritelings to push when you don't have either minions or disrupt available. I'm still not level 4 yet, so I'll continue playing it safe. I also noticed Arthur heading toward mid, so he's either rotating mid or bot to help his teammates. But since there aren't any minions in mid, he's definitely going bot. I also saw that another minion wave is on its way, so I'll just stay here and wait instead of rotating anywhere else. I've finally hit level 4, so you can say I've reached my power spike now. As I mentioned earlier, Arthur's in bot, so I can safely clear this wave and chip away at their turret's HP. I can't fully take it down yet, since it still has the shield before the 4-minute mark, and even if Arthur tries, he won't be able to reach here in time. One thing you should always remember is to charge your skill 1 before attacking. It massively boosts your attack speed. I backed off since I ran out of minions and Arthur just showed up. My jungler was coming over, and since I'm already level 4, I didn't have to worry too much. I can poke Arthur to reset my skill 1 since basic attacks reduce its cooldown, and then just back off right after. But here I made a mistake. I charged my skill 1 thinking I could poke Arthur with basic attacks to reset it, and then use it again to escape. But I miscalculated. He secretly called for backup, and I didn't have my skill 1 ready to dodge their CC, so I ended up dying. With Li Xin, dying isn't the end of the world. You just need to make sure the death was worth it. I revived and noticed that Arthur is still in the bot lane, caught up in teamfights. So I cleared the wave, and next I'm going to take down his turret since no one can stop me. The turret shield is about to disappear, and most enemies are busy in fights, so they won't make it in time to defend it. Another wave came, and Arthur is still being careless. I also got Spark Forged daggers, so now I can deal more damage to both enemies and turrets. But here I made another mistake. The enemy mage wasn't on the map, and I didn't have vision of him. So instead of moving recklessly, I should have headed the other way, or just stayed hidden in the bush until I regained vision. So I ended up dying, but it's still fine though. Arthur is still in bot, and I don't know why he's so obsessed with that lane, but it works in my favor. I cleared his wave and stayed hidden in the bush so no one could see me. I charged my skill 1 for the attack speed boost and went to the turret before the minions came, trying to lower its health a lot with disrupt so my minions could attack the next turret. But their roam showed up, and it messed up my plan. If I had gone with the minions, I still might have taken the turret down even with her there. Now the enemies are taking me seriously. They are surrounding both top and mid lane, and even their marksman is guarding the top. I've probably become their main focus, so after reviving, I went bot to try taking their second bot turret. I cleared the wave and hid in the bush, waiting for my minions to arrive, then charged my skill 1 to attack the turret. Suddenly, Kong Ming showed up. He probably saw me clearing the wave and predicted I'd be there, so he killed me. But it's fine because I almost cut the turret's health in half. It might not seem like much, but it's still a lot. I revived again, and DeChao used her ultimate, so I joined the teamfight. You can already see how much damage I deal. After that, I went top to take their second turret since it was left open. I saw their marksman there, and he cleared my minions, but I didn't worry because I could still take down the turret using disrupt. However, I got distracted by the squishy marksman and tried to kill him. I failed, and that's what happens when you chase kills instead of focusing on turrets. I shouldn't have bothered with him. I should have gone straight for the turret, and I might have taken it down. Now the enemy had vision of me, so they were probably coming to stop me. I still tried to take down the turret, but Kong Ming and Diadia reacted quickly, and I ended up dying again. My disrupt was on cooldown, and the enemies weren't visible on the map, so it could have been risky to go. There might be someone camping nearby. I decided to use my attack speed to take down the Tyrant instead, since Li Xin can kill these monsters really fast. Plus, taking down the Tyrant gives a damage buff not just to me, but to the whole team, and like I suspected, they were indeed camping around that area. Arthur cleared top and teleported to mid. Looking at the map, the enemies were probably heading top to come for me. So I hid in a bush because Overlord had spawned, and I expected them to go for it, which they did. I figured I could finally catch that annoying ass mage off guard and take him out of the map. The reason I went for their mage instead of Overlord is that Kong Ming has Smite, and we have the Primal Bond debuff you get after taking an epic monster. So even if I tried to go for Overlord, he could have easily stolen it. Now it's finally time to finish off the low HP bot turret that I couldn't take down earlier. After that, I helped take their mid turret with my team and minions, so I didn't even need to use my spell there. Then I moved to their top turret and destroyed it as well. 3 turrets in a row, all without even using my spell. This is what happens when you focus on enemies instead of turrets. Kills lured me, so I cheated on the turrets and ended up getting punished for it. Since everyone was near Overlord, I assumed no one would defend the enemy base. My disrupt was ready, the turret's health was low, and even though my minions weren't there, I could still take it down. I just missed it by a few HP. Looks like Diadia and Kong Ming have realized what I'm doing, so now they're paying extra attention to me. Overlord is about to spawn, and both teams are tense about who will get it. I tried to finish my job and take down their low HP turret even without minions or using my spell, but then they all showed up and killed me. Though it was fine, because after this fight my team took Overlord and ended the game. The enemies didn't even fight for it since their jungler and clash laner were so focused on me. They gave up Overlord just to try and kill me. They were probably really annoyed because of my tower pushing. That's the strategy. And that was the gameplay. A few things to note. First, Spritelings are very useful for this strategy, as I mentioned before, but you probably noticed I didn't use them properly. You should always use Spritelings when you don't have minions or the Disrupt spell, so they can take some hits while you attack the turret. Second, this strategy divides the enemy team into 2 groups. One fights your teammates, and the other focuses on you to defend their base. If your teammates aren't terrible, they'll have a number advantage and should win most teamfights. Also, I recommend Disrupt over Teleportation, because Teleportation needs minions to push turrets, while Disrupt doesn't. This makes you more unpredictable and scary. Believe it or not, I reached Grandmaster very easily using this strategy. If you want, I can post more raw Li Xin gameplay. And that's it for this video, lads. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new today. You can share this video with your friends who struggle with high skill heroes, so they can try this simple strategy to win matches and climb ranks. Comment your questions and strategies down below. Subscribe to join my W family. And don't forget to hype and like the video. It motivates me to bring more awesome content. See you in the next video. Bye and love y'all.